I just held on to my roommate. I was like, ah! And then she was just like, dude, what happened? I was like, why is that?
Hi, my name is Anirudh. I'm scared of pigeons.
My name is Shayan and I am deathly afraid of lizards.
My name is Sonia and I am really afraid of snakes.
I don't know, the thing about pigeons is that they fly and they're rats and they're dirty and they make that noise, right? They make that noise like and it's just really, really scary because have you seen a pigeon up close? They are not pretty things.
My mom says it's probably because she was afraid of snakes. So I've never watched Anaconda, obviously. If it's a live action snake, I can't watch it at all. If it's a cartoon snake, I can deal with it.
I can't really tell you why I'm scared of lizards. In essence, they're not really harming us much. I think it's their movements which really freak me out because they're just there, like they're just motionless, staring at you. Sometimes I don't even know if they're staring at you. And then like the moment you make one move, it'll just go like, it's just not for me, okay? It's horror movie stuff.
If the Powerpuff Girls were made, they would not be made using pigeons because pigeons suck.
When I was about 12 years old, and I was in my room, I was in my bathroom. I don't know, I was singing or something. I was like doing some 12-year-old I didn't have any footwear on. Then my mom called me or something, and so I opened the bathroom door. I stepped out and I heard a crunch under my foot, like just. And I looked down and it was a lizard.
So our college in Chennai was in this really secluded area. Like even Google Maps used to get the location wrong. So we'd go out, eat egg puffs and nimbu pani at this one Anna's stall. I'm just walking outside and I see this snake.
I go running in my society and it's a loop, it's a continuous loop. So every time I would run that loop, I would see this little pigeon on the tree in the corner and it would just like look at me. I was on my some 10th or 12th loop and suddenly this pigeon flies and it flies straight into my chest.
I'd stepped on the lizard with my bare foot. I could feel it crunch and then I looked down and it was like just the shock of it just really like broke me down. I know that I caused a lot more pain to the lizard.
Like the snake just slithered past, not even like, I don't know, it was creepy, it was just like, it must have been really tiny, but in my head it was this massive snake and oh god, the thought of it just creeps me out. And I just held on to my roommate, I was like, ah! And then she was just like, dude, what happened? I was like, why is that?
I didn't know what it was because it hit me and I was like, what the f is this? And it was a giant pigeon and then it like flutters in my face and it like falls down the ground and I don't stop because I don't want to be like called for like pigeon death. And I ran and I yelled and
my first reaction was to go bawling across the house into my parents' room, just screaming tears. They looked at me like very incredulously. They're like, you do realize that you've probably killed that. But I was still like hysterical. I was like, just get away. So my dad went to the room. He told me the lizard was still writhing in pain. He took it between like two pieces of cardboard or something and then he threw it out the window.
Obviously, we were still hungry, so we weren't going to abandon that plan. Anytime like a leaf or a twig or even a thread from my own shorts touched me, I'd just like flinch and be like. And I remember like even when we were at the Anna shop, I was shaking and just holding on to my nimbu pani like the snake's gonna come here. I don't know, does the snake know where I'm at?
I came and took my turn again and there it was fluttering on the ground. Like I've seen a lot of horror movies where they say you do not go to the point of problem. But I felt bad for this little fluttering bird of disease and I walk up to it and it flies into my face again. So I went home and I took one shower, I took another shower, and then like when I finally felt that I'd washed all that pigeon off me, I like realized I had to take another shower again. So like 4 showers, I was finally pigeon free.
I left the situation unharmed, but I was still afraid for the rest of the day. My roommate was just like, get over it, the snake's gone. I'm not going to get over it. I'm scared of snakes. You can't tell me how to feel.
I know what it feels like to have a lizard in the room and you hate lizards. And that stress, it just never goes away. If the lizard even disappears, you don't know where the lizard is. Probably gonna climb up your asshole when you're asleep or something. Yeah, it might be an irrational fear, but it could happen. It ended up under my foot. It can end up anywhere.
If you're afraid of snakes and you actually run into one, just run in the opposite direction. I don't know what to do. I didn't confront my fear.
If any of you hate pigeons or are scared of them, you know that there's always help out there. There is going to be somebody who hates pigeons as much as you do, and you're going to find them, and you're going to create a support group for each and every one of you.
If you see a lizard in your room, just burn your room to the ground. Relocate. Say goodbye to your family, say goodbye to your friends. Start afresh, start a new life, and also wear chappals at all times. For God's sake, wear chappal.